Hi, I'm Lucy Monroe, and if you're tuning in, you probably already know that. I am doing a talk on my guilty pleasures, which I think is going to be a lot of fun. So, I don't know about the rest of you, but every everyone has guilty pleasures. I have guilty pleasures, you have guilty pleasures, and I've heard from so many readers that their guilty pleasure is reading romance or reading my romance, reading my books. That's their guilty pleasure. And I've always kind of wondered why we feel guilty about reading romance. Why do we make that a guilty pleasure? And then it kind of occurred to me the other day that guilty pleasures are guilty because we love them so much that we will, hi Isabel, Isabel's my daughter and she's joined us. So I'm really excited about that. Getting back to, guilty pleasures and why we kind of feel guilty about them, because we love them so much. We'd rather do our guilty pleasures or feed those guilty pleasures than just about anything else. And I think that's where romance comes in. Romance is so fascinating and wonderful and such a great genre that a lot of us will not just read a little bit here and there, but we would rather read than watch television. We would rather read than go out with our friends sometimes. We would rather read than do just about anything else. Definitely than cook dinner or wash the toilets or, do any of that kind of domestic interesting stuff. And I know that I'm going to share with you in a little while. I'm going to kind of take you on a tour of my guilty pleasures. We're going to start here at my makeup cabinet, and I'm going to switch this around so you guys can kind of see my first guilty pleasure, and that is makeup. I love makeup. And what makes this a guilty pleasure is not that I wear makeup, because I really don't think there's a thing wrong with wearing makeup. But what makes this a guilty pleasure is the fact that I keep buying makeup, and I buy lots and lots of makeup, and I don't necessarily wear all of it all the time. In fact, I probably wear makeup. I go through periods of wearing makeup sometimes and then not wearing makeup at all. And it is a definite guilty pleasure for me, because if I find a brand that I like, which if you noticed, I'm going to switch this around again. One of my favorite brands for eyeshadow and anything to do with the eyes is Milani Cosmetics, which was actually developed for women with darker skin tones. But I like really highly pigmented makeup. And also it is one of the few, and I've tried every really high-end brand out there. Well, almost every high-end brand out there. And Milani is one of the few, along with my favorite, Urban Decay, that does not make my eyelids weep. So when I put makeup on, I don't really want it to wash off because my body's having an allergic reaction. And I just think it's a lot of fun and I love it. But my deal is I don't just buy the palettes that are my favorites. I try to get every color that you can get. So now we're going to go downstairs and I'm going to share some other guilty pleasures with y'all. I hope that this is kind of fun for you. I wanted something where we were all sort of enjoying. Hi, Sabrina. That's my other daughter. She showed up. How cool is that? And hold on, guys. I am trying to see the comments to see if there are any comments on here, but I don't see any. And so I'm going to go back and I'm just going to show you some of my other guilty pleasures. Going back to romance, I don't feel guilty at all about reading, but I do feel a little bit guilty about the fact that I keep buying new books when my to be read pile could equal a 6-foot tall bookcase, every single shelf double stuffed. So yeah, I keep buying books, and I think a lot of you out there probably do the same thing. But here is my other guilty pleasure pile. This is my new set of nonfiction research books that I have just purchased. If you look over here, you will see that, thanks Isabel, that I have tons of research books. And this is just one section of my library. So I keep buying research books. even though I probably have 10 already. Right now I'm researching ancient Egypt for a paranormal historical romance series that I'm developing. And I started off with about 10 books in my library, and I think I've doubled that in the last 2 weeks. And yeah, I do read them. I read them all, and they give me great insight into what I want to write and give me ideas. Part of that series is going to be Victorian, and I'm kind of really excited about all the research books I get to buy for that. But again, guilty pleasure. Now I'm going to flip around, and you're going to see my other major guilty pleasure. Oh my gosh, my daughter said, show him the giant dictionary you made us use as kids. I'll take you back in the library in a minute, but right now I am showing you all one of my other major guilty pleasures, and that is figurines. Some of them, the ones you just saw, were Lennox and some other different figurine makers. And then there's my Royal Dalton figurines that I love, my ladies. And I collect china. Now, why is that a guilty pleasure? And it's a guilty pleasure because I definitely don't need any more china. I've given a set to each of my daughters who have their own dishes, but they got a set of china from their mom as well. And I keep buying more. And it's not just to have. I find something I think is absolutely beautiful, and I want to be able to continue to experience. That's one of the reasons I have the figurines. You know, those figurines are great inspiration for my craft. I write and I look at those figures and I think, what could be that woman's story? And even if those figurines are historical, sometimes the stories I will come up with are contemporary. So it's all kind of part and parcel of being that passionate artist inside. Back to the library. That's right, because we're going to try to see if I can find that giant dictionary I made the kids read. You know, you have kids and they say to you, Mom, what does that word mean? Because I use a lot of words that other people don't. I don't know. My readers know that I like to have a very wide, I can't find the dictionary, Isabel. I think it's in your dad's office. Anyway, and that guilty pleasure, I love words. That's another guilty pleasure, right? I love words. Isabel, I missed what you just wrote. This is my living room. And I'm going to show you a little bit of, this is a to be read stack I keep by where I write. Oh, wait. No, it's not over here, but here's some more of my research books. Yep, that's right, more research books. Sorry, I got sidetracked by that whole dictionary thing. And my figures, and I love my figures. Another guilty pleasure I have is, switch this around, nutcrackers. Now, right now, here's just a couple of the nutcrackers I have out for Thanksgiving. And I really like my Thanksgiving nutcrackers. I have a whole set for Halloween as well. But at Christmas time, over 200 nutcrackers of all different sizes come out to decorate my house. So I'm going to show you again my living room because you're going to see every one of the things on these shelves you see gets put away. And my nutcrackers come out because I love them. Now, what is it about guilty pleasures that we love so much? And I think that what it is that the things that we really enjoy, those are the things that actually add passion to our life. If you have no guilty pleasures, if you have nothing in your life that makes it hard for you to do the duty, then that's when you start to get Alethea says she wants to see the play. I'm not sure, Alethea, what that means. Did I say something about, I don't know. Maybe you could elucidate because I'm not sure. Anyway, I think that we all need to have things we're passionate about, things that we passionately enjoy, whether it's reading romance or it is collecting figurines, or for me, learning to knit was another. The learning to knit was not the guilty pleasure. A nutcracker. Okay. I'm going to show more nutcrackers. Okay, we're going to go into, I don't have all of them out, But here's another one of my Thanksgiving nutcrackers. The over 200 for Christmas are in my garage, and they take up, we have shelves all across the back of a double wide car garage, and all of those shelves are full of nutcrackers. But I love certain things. I mean, there are just things that make me happy. Oh, the nutcracker play. I love that play. Okay, I get it now. I love the nutcracker. And my granddaughter, Gabby, she loves the nutcracker. It was so cute. One year when she was like 4, her grandpa and I were watching the nutcracker, that we had a video representation of the ballet. And every time the Mouse King came on, this little 4-year-old would go, oh, it's that Mouse King again. It was hysterical and wonderful. And yes, I love the play, The Nutcracker. And if you get to go see it live this year, you are very lucky, because it's fantastic. We saw it live at the Stitz, I think, with our children when Isabel was like 6, and she fell in love with the costumes and the design and the dance. And it was really, really special. So I think that that's kind of me and my guilty pleasures, and I'd love to hear from all of you. If you watch this later, if you're watching it now, you can go ahead and post your guilty pleasures, and we can all sort of share with each other what gives our life passion and what makes life fun for us. Because it's the thing. We want to have joy in life, and part of joy is letting yourself have those pleasures and not feel guilty about them. I love that Tom Hiddleston quote where he says, I don't have any guilty pleasures because I don't feel guilty about my pleasures. And I think that we deserve, all of us, to be happy and enjoy things in life. And I hope that you're enjoying your life right now. So that was my very short Facebook Live on guilty pleasures. You all take care. Bye.